Hi everyone, I'm Echoes and I'm a VTuber, and I'll be going over episode I forgot for a second, episode 7 of Mecha-Ude, which essentially goes over a bit of a continuation of the last episode after we rescued Aki and Fubuki, and we get a bit more of a flashback into the Alma's past. So yeah, pretty insightful episode overall. So yeah, let's get started. So in the beginning of the episode, we essentially get a flashback of when Alma first meets Yakumo, who was the founder of the Kagami Group. You can see that they're talking to each other. He's like, I got you involved when you had nothing to do with this. Oop, one sec. Let me just get that back. One sec. Okay. So I get that. And then he introduces himself as Alma. And then and then Yakumo introduced himself as well. Let's get that out of here and let's eat something delicious. And then you can see that Yakumo is kind of like shouting, and then you can see that his Arbitrum is like rising up. He's like, don't tell me it's coming from him. He's surprised at how much of that energy he can generate. And then we get the opening, which we'll skip for now. Yeah, now we let's see. Oh yeah, we have Hikaru and Aki talking with the arms people. He's like, oh, some dangerous looking guys went up to them. And you can see that they're arguing, I guess, over how they should guard Hikaru. Keep running off. Oh, it's an arm decision. When doing this stuff, you actually stick out less with a flashy outfit, which is kind of fun. They kind of look like street kids, which is kind of funny. And then you can see that the schoolmates are misunderstanding. It's like, oh, and they're trying to save him. It's like, and then we see this this guy. He was from the first episode. He was the one who attacked Aki, and he's from the Kagami Group. It's like, oh, I'm just working the security card. They took my Mecha-Ude, so he's kind of more useless. He's like, by the authority of the Kagami Group, I'll take the kid into custody. But then you can see that they escape using a truck, which is kind of sleek, not gonna lie. Like, oh, take him and run. And then he falls, and then he lands on a truck. And now we get to a scene with Jun and that crow guy. Like, oh, you busted up Ouroboros pretty badly. You kind of need it, you know. Why didn't you stop running away and come back to the mansion? But then you can see that Jun doesn't want to because he feels because I don't want to let that bastard see me embarrass myself anymore. He doesn't want to show his weakness in front of his brother, which makes sense. And you see that Aki and Hikaru are on the truck. Going somewhere. It's like, what an awful way to start the morning. And then you see Alma is like feeling apologetic. He's like, oh, you lost your peaceful and ordinary life because of me. It's like, what are you talking about? I told you I'm in this to the end. So you can see that Hikaru is kind of getting himself more involved to gain memories back. And then honey helps the blood flow when you wake up. And then you see that Alma's like, oh, about those memories actually. Needs to be strawberry jam. And then you can see that the two of Aki's Mecha-Ude are kind of arguing over the best spread for bread. But make sure Blood Chicken Kakashi is like, and then you see Hikaru's like, what the heck are you doing? Getting breakfast, right? What else do you think? Honey and jam. Wow, that is some combo right there. Pretty sure this truck isn't heading to school. I was like, what? And the Kagami Group ambushes them. And it's like, we actually shoot ourselves with the tranquilizer gun. Doesn't that mean we get to take the rest of the day off? So you can see that the middle guy is like, I just want to do my work and get out of here. And it's like, and these are like more weird people. It's like, and then this lady has a really interesting Mecha-Ude. It kind of looks like a gun. Yeah. And then you can see she uses it. It's like, give me that trigger arm. And then Aki's like, I'll hand her, you go to school. And the other guy stops and it's like, damn it, what are you guys doing? And then you see the arms guys got apprehended by the kids. Rip. Don't mess with kids from the middle school. It's like, and they say, oh, they're calling the police. We'll capture you and make up for my mistake. This guy's trying to make up for it and his own failings. And then this lady comes back. It's like, what's that guy doing? Well done, minimum wage security guard. You can see that guy took his Mecha-Ude. Finally got it. And then you can see that the other guy whacks him. They give it back to me, dun 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 dun, and he like steals it from him somehow. Wow. And like, what's he doing? The whole planet's a mess still. You can see that for some reason the Mecha-Ude wielders are kind of like a really wacky group. They kind of like completely disorganized, and they kind of keep fighting with each other. He's fighting with Aki. He's like, don't get in my way. You can see that they're interfering with each other. And then you see Hikaru now is using Alma. And then they, let's see. They're pretty much just fighting, and then this guy's like, oh, I think I've done enough. I'm leaving. Mission's over. We're leaving. Tus-chan. Oh yeah, her name's Tus. Okay, grab the rest of them when you get the chance. That worked out. It's like, oh, help me. We gotta tie them up. You can see that she is very bad at tying people up. That's kind of funny, lol. And you see the other guy fights him, and then Alma defends him using a punch. Glad you're not hurt. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry I couldn't protect you. No, he tried though. It's like, I'm just glad everyone's safe. I don't want to lose someone else precious to me because I made a mistake. And then he realizes that Alma has remembered his memories. Does it mean that your memories are back? He's like, yeah. Let's see. Really, I'm glad. It's like, well, and then it's not my problem. And then see Alma is like leaves, and he just keeps going. And then now we get another moment. It's like, oh, I assume Contact Amaryllis brought back his memories. Then why can't he move on his own? Because before he could only move a certain distance away, but now he could just move on his own. So what can you tell you? A loss of Alma's memories coincide with the loss of another ability he had, the ability to generate his own arbitrium. So he's self-generating and operating his own without the need to arise with a human. Never heard of this before? Why didn't you tell me something so important? That was a concern that if we can trigger his trauma by discussing his past, he may go back to sleep, which makes sense. It's safe to assume that remembering his past has given him that ability again. Why don't you all do assume that this is the case and continue to search for him? Then I'll go to all the places I could think of. No, you're just a civilian. I'm sorry for getting you involved. So now Hikaru is now demoted to civilian now because Alma's not with him anymore. You can go back to your old life. Can't just accept I'm a civilian now and you expect me to accept that? It's like, very well. And now he gives an explanation. So this is that Mecha-Ude world is like cube-like. Long time ago in our homeland, energy dried up and we were on the brink of extinction. We sought salvation from the legendary Ordela, our progenitor, and left on our journey. Alma and I and some of our comrades left with hope in our hearts, but quickly fell into a slumber due to the lack of energy. But luckily, we reached this world. And now we get to the introduction of how the Kagami Group discovered the Mecha-Ude. You can see that the two brothers are like, oh, I'm pretty sure it was this way, that they saw that light. And they see, and you can see he met Alma in a cave. I forgot what it's called. Yeah, essentially, yeah, I forgot what it's called. Like, essentially, something involving the cave, breaking down. There's this talking rod that suddenly turned to an arm-shaped machine. And it's like, oh, you're awake. And when I woke, I saw Yakumo Kagami and a Derai's Alma. And then the other guy derives with Fist. He derives with Tsukihito Kagami. And that was Yakumo's older brother. Eldest son of Kagami Group and a scientist. Seems that my disease has a deep connection to Arbitrium. There's a clear relationship between my Arbitrium activation values and your symptoms. Settle down. We'll help you in your search for your progenitor. I want to investigate Ordela's Arbitrium to heal my disease. See, Yakumo also wants help too. So we're investigating the area relying on the legends. And then they eventually found Ordela. We begin research, need to awaken it. Like, what's wrong? It's like, oh, is something bothering you? He's like, oh, feels like everything's going too smoothly. It's very free to be so pessimistic about this sort of thing. And then we could do it. And then Ordela awakening value is about to reach a critical value. And like, we didn't see these numbers in the test. But then you can see that it goes mayhem once Ordela awakens. It's kind of like a huge hand But you can see that it's causing a lot of destruction, and then Yakumo is like, oh, no matter looks like that's your hope, right? And then they're trying to prevent it from destroying everything. It's like, oh, if you want to grab something, no matter what it is, you got to step forward. So hang on. Just leave me and follow me. So yeah, so they attack Ordela. It's actually a pretty cool fight scene because they're in an enclosed area. So they take advantage of like the natural environment. And then once they make a contact, then there's this big explosion. And then Yakumo is left pretty much dead, almost dead. Yeah, you thought I was dead. I don't die that easily. Let's get out of here and get some good food. Keep telling you we don't need to eat. Like, someone help me. And after that, Alma used all his power and he never woke up again. I think the shock of losing Yakumo had caused him to instantly reject the idea of waking up. And you see that Alma is discovered by Jun here. It's like, sorry, I don't want to talk to anyone. It's like, where's Hikari's not here? Well, it doesn't matter to me. It's like, trigger arm. Like, go with me. And you see that he's not joined with him. It's kind of funny. Because I'm just too much of a failure to do it. And then you can see that he's just like moving away. Guess he does need me. Oh, you're such a handful. I just kind of don't have time for you right now. Don't have any memories, but I didn't feel worried at all. And you can see that he's almost talking to him through Jun's cell phone. It's like, Hikaru, do you remember when we first met? Didn't have any memories, so I didn't feel worried. Because your Arbitrum was so warm and gentle. Always deny, but I know. But I can't take advantage of your kindness. We're taking different paths. I'll take mine. And Hikaru's like, what are you doing? What are you saying? Then playtime is over. So now you see that Jun has the trigger arm and is, going back to Kagami Group. And then you can see Hikaru's like, it doesn't matter. But really, I was the one who needed. He can get by on his own. I can't take Yakumo's place. And then Aki is like, my job is to protect you both. He wants us to follow in past. He's thinking about the past and is giving about the present. When Alma's stuck and can't move forward, you have to go forward. Nothing else, and she's your bodyguard. You can see that he's reminded when Alma told him that too. I'm going to find Alma and I'm going to tell him not to decide everything. We have information about him. And then they're trying to awaken Ordela, open the door to the Mecha-Ude world. You see, this is the leader of the Kagami Group. Yeah. Overall, I really, it's a pretty good episode. I think last episode was a bit more emotional, but here in this episode we get quite a bit of much needed context. We learn about the inner fighting of the Kagami Group, especially among the Mecha-Ude users are generally pretty wacky people. And then we also get the flashback with Yakumo and his brother. You can see that both of them, I'm assuming it's older brother's genes that was passed down because Yakumo ended up dying pretty early. So yeah, but you can see also the resemblance between Yakumo and Hikaru, especially their hair color and their gentle faces. So I don't know if just a coincidence or something, but regardless, it's kind of interesting to see that resemblance. But yeah. Overall, a solid episode, and I'm kind of interested in how things will go. How now that the Kagami Group has Alma, how are they going to use him to open up to contact Ordela, and then open up the portal to or gate or whatever they use to go to the Mecha-Ude world? Because I'm saying what the Kagami Group wants is that they're just going to take all the Mecha-Ude from the Mecha-Ude world and then just take them for themselves and use them as slaves. Pretty easy, prediction to make. But Hikaru's going to stop it because he's too nice to let this keep going. So we'll see how things go. But yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much and have a good rest of your day. Take care.